Something happened, and your first thought was, this should not be happening. A plan bent. A person disappointed you. A door closed after you had already pictured your life on the other side of it. Why does the mind fight reality so fast? You call it stress. You call it bad luck. You call it a waste. But the deeper problem is stranger. The pain is not only from the thing that happened, it is also from the argument you keep having with the fact that it happened at all. This is where Amor Fati begins. The phrase means love your fate. Not tolerate it, not excuse it, not pretend it feels good. Can you see how much stronger that is? Stoic thought asks you to split life into two parts. One part is what you can direct, like your choices, your effort, your words, and your next move. The other part is what you cannot direct, like the past, other people, chance, and outcomes that are already in motion. This is the dichotomy of control, which simply means some things are up to you, and some things are not. Most suffering gets worse when you mix those two parts together. You try to command what is not yours to command. You spend your force on the weather, the timing, the opinion, the loss, the delay. What happens to your strength when you aim it at a wall? Epictetus taught that people are disturbed less by events than by their judgments about events. Judgment here means the story your mind adds. This ruined everything. This proves you are behind. This should have gone another way. The event lands once. The story hits you again and again. Modern psychology says something close to this. Cognitive appraisal is the name for it. It means your mind quickly decides what something means, and that meaning shapes how your body and mood react. If your mind reads a setback as total defeat, your whole system tightens around that message. If your mind reads it as a hard fact that still allows a next step, the same event begins to feel different. Is the event painful? Or is the meaning making it endless? This does not mean you deny hurt. Amor Fati is not fake peace. It is not smiling at loss. It is not saying harm is good because it happened. It is saying, this is here now, and your life gets smaller the longer you refuse to touch it. There is a useful idea from psychology called acceptance. Acceptance does not mean approval. It means you stop wasting energy on rejecting a fact that is already real, so that energy can return to action, care, or repair. Have you ever noticed how tiring resistance is when nothing changes? This is why acceptance can feel active, not passive. When you stop saying this cannot be true, you free your hands. When you stop replaying how unfair it is, you can ask a better question. Given that this is true, what is the best use of your character now? That word character matters in Stoicism. Virtue is the old term. It means living by wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control, not by impulse or self-pity. Fate gives the material. Character gives the shape. Steel is tested by heat. Your day is tested by friction. And here is the twist. Loving your fate does not mean loving every event for its own sake. It means loving the chance to practice being the kind of person no event can cheapen. Is that not a very different thing? Marcus Aurelius returned to this often, not because his life was easy, but because he knew complaint adds nothing to duty. A delay can train patience. An insult can train restraint. A loss can train clarity about what mattered in the first place. This is not romantic. It is practical. Behavioral science has a plain way to describe part of this. It is called response flexibility. That means there is a small space between what hits you and what you do next. In that space, you are not forced to obey the first surge of anger, fear, or blame. You can pause. You can name the fact. You can choose the next clean action. How many problems grow because that space is ignored? Amor Fati expands that space. It turns "why is this happening?" into "this is happening, now what?" It turns resentment into contact with the real. And contact with the real is where strength starts, because no useful action begins from fantasy. Think about how this looks today. A message never comes. A job ends. Your body changes. A friend pulls away. A project fails in public. The old move is to relive the break between what is and what you wanted. The Stoic move is harsher at first, but gentler in the long run. Name the fact. Drop the protest. Keep your values. You still grieve. You still act. You still protect what can be protected. But you stop asking reality to rewrite itself for your comfort. And once that fight ends, something quiet returns. Attention, energy, dignity. Is that not what you were really trying to get back all along? Love your fate then, not because every part is sweet, but because every part can be used. The setback can become training. The limit can become focus. The wound can become depth if you meet it without bargaining. Something happened, and your first thought was, this should not be happening. Amor Fati asks for a harder thought and a freer one. This is happening,